I like that a lot.
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah. This is not comfy.
It's really not. It's really not. I am fed for the first time in a long time. After the show, I'm going to go down there, take a bath, lay in a hammock, and maybe move that dead chicken carcass from under my hammock spot.
I'll move the chicken carcass.
Maybe throw it in the fire.
That's not what we'll do. It'll stink real bad, like burning
It'll
hair.
smell delicious.
I've seen those poultry houses burn down before with 20,000 birds in them, about the size of Henrietta.
Uh-huh.
And the roofs are all tin, and the part that holds it up, and then there's just trusses, and then a 2x6 wall sitting on concrete. So
you know what I do? Get those forest fire helicopters to drop canola oil on the chickens.
When the building burnt down, the tin roof just drops on top of the chickens, and it baked them. And when they peeled it back, there were 20,000 rotisserie-looking chickens out there. They all looked like perfectly golden browned, side by side, in a solid wall of dead flesh as far as you could see.
Did people eat them, or?
Then day 2 came. And it smelled putrid. It smelled like, I don't know, rotting flesh on a scale I'd never smelled
Sounds
it before.
like a job for that John Deere.
It was a job for several John Deeres. They got excavators, they dug a massive hole, and then they got bulldozers, and they pushed the building, all the equipment that was in it, and all the dead birds into that hole and just covered it all up.
Yep, and that's what you do.
Fucking disaster. So what are you going to eat when we get out of here, Woody? What's the meal?
Probably filet mignon if we go to Outback.
Outback.
I don't think Outback's going to work.
How's that not going to work?
I think we're going to get out of here slower than you think.
How do you say that?
So
All right,
Outback
let's
doesn't
hear-
open
let's
until
hear.
4 p.m.
What
So-
is your timeline? Go.
I wake up at like 9-ish or something, because that's when I've been getting up.
Damn.
We pack up camp and everything, and we're not walking out of here till 10-ish. We get back to the cars, or the trucks actually, because we're men, at 10:30-ish. It might take 2 trips.
Bullshit.
None of this is happening. So
All right.
at 7:30 and 8 a.m., me and Kyle will have taken our pre-packed stuff and gone to the trucks. One trip.
The only thing that keeps me and Chiz from leaving you two here is that I want to is that I feel like there may be some filming responsibilities.
And then, so we'll go back to the trucks. That'll be like 11-ish, 10:30-ish. And then we go to Kyle's place and we bathe.
Yeah.
And then
For
that
4
process,
hours.
Nah, but Kyle's place is, how far are you from here? 30 minutes?
45?
45 minutes. All right. So 45 minutes. I'll round that up to an hour just because whatever. We buy gas or something. That takes us to noon. We bathe. I don't think all of us finish showering, all 4 of us, until 1. And then how far is Outback?
I feel like we have free food.
25 minutes.
So we're going to 1:30 just at full speed.
That's full speed?
That is not full
All right,
speed.
let me lay it out for you. 'cause
Kyle,
here's what
give out
Kyle's
the
gonna do
real
in the morning.
breakdown.
Here's what Kyle's going to do in the morning, and everyone else can just do their own thing if they'd like. I'm going to have my shit already packed, everything except for my hammock tonight. I'll get up at like 7:30, 8 in the morning. I'll have that hammock packed up in about 30 seconds. I'll throw any of my remaining trash into the fire, make sure it gets burnt up. I guess I'll pour some water on the ashes, just make sure it's good and dead. And then I'm going to start walking out of here with Chiz. I'll be at my car. I was at my car this morning at 8.
Good.
I'll be at the car at 8. I'll be home before 9. And I'll be out of the shower in 10 minutes.
I don't plan on gorging with food after this trip.
I don't plan on gorging,
planning
but I
on
want
gorging.
something tasty.
Just want a meal.
My sexy level has gone up by maybe 4% at this point.
Yeah, you definitely, we've all slimmed down. We really have.
But, I was looking to get that to like 8% or so. So after this trip, just keep on being healthy. I lost 8 or 9 pounds before the trip. I probably lost 7 on the trip. And some of those will bounce right back, I'm sure. But by and large, we want to keep the trend going in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely so. We'll weigh ourselves whenever we get out of here, and we'll find out what we lost.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
But yeah, I don't think Outback's gonna work. There's a few things that are open, at lunchtime, like regular places. I think Longhorns is, which
Longhorns would be.
All right, let's go there.
I think Longhorns will be, and Sonny's Barbecue. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
Nope.
It's good barbecue. It really is.
I don't know if I want barbecue though.
I'd pick Longhorns over that.
Longhorns.
I would too.
Okay.
And then there's a Five Guys, and then it kind of goes downhill from there, I suppose.
Settle on Longhorns.
Yeah. So that's gonna. I'm looking forward to that
Kyle.
big time. What?
Good plan, Kyle.
Thanks, Chiz. Me and Chiz are gonna leave you two motherfuckers here. I swear. Y'all gotta
I'm
get up and
packing
get going.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to carry like anything and everything, but I'm making one trip.
Okay, you can get my backpack.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It just needs to be packed in the morning when I leave.
I'll carry my backpack.
I think we've got enough because we've just used up a bunch of stuff, and like those battle boxes were awkward to carry in.
They were, yeah.
We've consolidated those.
There's like all this packaging and stuff. That'll all be burnt and gone.
And I don't know. We'll carry Patrick's food back out of here. I don't like wasting food.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Like I got to figure out how to get my sleeping bag back in its
Right?
thing, because like I don't know how.
I'm fucking awesome at that.
That big sleeping bag was like crammed into like a pill-sized thing this big, and when I finally got it undone, it was like, fuck.
You don't just fold it in half and roll it up real tight, right?
This one's a little different. I feel like it's got straps that like compress it, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm getting out of here early. I just want to get in that shower and get pointed toward the food.
Maybe we have breakfast, do something, and then have lunch.
Well, we want a shower. Might not be breakfast time.
Brunch?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
we go by Kyle's schedule. There will be brunch.
We'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I want to get out here early and get to the shower. So we'll make that happen tomorrow. That'll be good.
Well, we made it 4 days. I think we're a lock for making it 5, especially with Henrietta's contribution to the trip.
Yeah, we just gotta fall asleep now.
Henrietta.
Yeah.
I wish I had some Ambien. I'd pop 3 of those fuckers, wake up in the morning right now. Ambien's like time travel if you just don't give a fuck. Back to the future, motherfuckers.
I've never had Ambien.
Really?
Really?
It's not a druggy, groggy kind of sleep where you don't feel like you got good sleep. Like Tylenol PM for me, I wake up sometimes and I'm just like, oh, I feel kind of hungover and funky. Like I'm not gonna be right till noon. But with Ambien, you wake up and you're like, wow, I think every minute of last night was a minute of pure rest and relaxation and just recharge mode. There was no waking up and tossing and turning. There was no crappy sleep where you're kind of half in there, and if a pin were to drop, you'd like wake up. You're dead asleep, and you're just out.
We take melatonin in my family, which is much more mild. The impact that had, this is what it does. You take melatonin, and starting like 15 minutes later, it makes a window of like 30 minutes in which you are really tired and can easily fall asleep. So if you're restless or whatever, you can fight through it if you're dumb, and I've been dumb. But you can be like, oh, I'm tired, but I'm watching Netflix and I'm engaged or something. And
Yeah.
30 minutes later, the drug's effect is over. All it does is help you fall asleep. And
I used to take valerian root for the same thing. It's very similar.
Okay. Yeah, just 15 minutes later, there'll be a window where you can fall asleep.
All right.
And that's the whole impact of it. I've heard if like you're woken in the middle of an Ambien sleep, you're a druggy, sleepwalking, crazy
Worse.
person.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Okay, so so I need 2 Ambien. It takes 2 to like get me through the night. Like 1 won't do it. And it's not because I've like abused it or anything. I've only taken Ambien maybe a handful of times. But 2 of them is what it takes to get me through the night. 1, I will sometimes wake up in the night and stumble to the bathroom to take a piss. It's the you have the same motor skills as a guy who's wasted. Completely wasted, have weird memories, weird like experiences. Like you mentioned that 30-minute window with the melatonin or whatever, where like you can go to sleep. There's a 30-minute window where if you're still awake on the Ambien, you're just like hallucinating almost. You're high. It's interesting. But if you want to get to sleep and you have trouble with that, there's nothing better.
All right. Is that a show?
I think that's
It's going to be one of the shortest ones in a long time, but I think they'll understand.
Yeah, I hope you guys
What do you think, Taylor?
Woo-hoo!
All right.
Woo, woo, woo. Well, Taylor is out hunting. Okay.
Thanks again to our sponsors, Squarespace and BattleBox. If you're into survival and things like that, BattleBox turns every month into Christmas. They'll deliver knives and fire starters and
All kinds of stuff. Like
preparedness gear.
and they're not cheap knives either. There's
That's
cool knives
true.
in there. There's a Spyderco, 2 Kershaws. Like they sent good quality stuff and interesting stuff I hadn't really seen before as far as like survival-esque gear. Cool shit.
And you might think a hammock like this is cheap, but it's probably been one of the most essential pieces of gear
Totally.
on the trip. It makes your life better.
Hammocks are huge.
So thanks to them. Check them out. Links in the description. And I guess that's the show. PKA episode 2 for
574.
cut.